Hello and welcome to the Photography and Videography channel. I'm Nigel Cooper and today I'm looking at this LED video light. This one's made by PiXAPRO and it's called the Daylight60D MKII. The people over at Essential Photo were kind enough to send me this light to use for a week so I could evaluate it and give you my feedback. Now it comes in at just £99, but don't let that put you off because this is very bright, as I'm going to demonstrate in a moment. Now it's got a Bowens mount on it, which is really good because it means you can use all of your Bowens lighting modifiers such as softboxes and beauty dishes. And it's a fairly simple design. On the back it's just got your dimmer control and an on-off switch. So I'm just going to turn it on to show you this. So the dimmer control, if I point it to the back and turn the brightness up all the way, you can see just how bright this light is as it goes from 0 up to 100. I mean, it's incredibly bright. If I point it onto myself, it's whoa, that is just so bright. Now it does have a fan in it, but it's a very quiet fan. Now I've got my lav mic right here and the fan is on the back of the light here, so I'm literally about 10 inches away. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn the fan on so you can hear that. Once I turn the light on, it does take about 3 seconds for the fan to kick in, so listen carefully. There it is. So as you can hear, even with me standing this close, as long as I'm talking, you can't really hear this fan at all. It's nice and quiet. Now I shot another video for YouTube a couple of days back. I'm going to put a link in the description below so you can watch that one. And the way I did that video, the light was actually about 5 foot away from me. So it's about 5 foot away from this microphone and it was the only light in the set. Now I'm just going to quickly show you how I lit that other video, because basically what I did, I used a translucent umbrella like this. So I'm just going to put this in here. There's a couple of umbrella slots. So if I just put this up and slide that into here like so, give that a little tighten, and then if I turn this on, let me just turn the brightness down a bit to 10%. That is basically the setup I used a couple of days ago for a YouTube video, but I did have it on full brightness. I had it at 100% and as you can see, that is pretty bright. Okay, so that's one really good feature, the fact that it has this umbrella sockets and the Bowens mount for Bowens accessories. Right, now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the CRI. This has got a colour rendering index of 95. Now, if you don't know what CRI is, basically it goes from 0 up to 100, and the higher the colour rendering index, the better the colours and the more natural the skin tones will look. Now, if you can imagine looking at a bowl of fruit with bananas and oranges and apples, with the naked eye you'll be able to see the vibrant yellows and oranges and greens and reds. However, when you shine a video light onto that bowl of fruit to either shoot video of it or to take a stills photograph, if the CRI number is too low, then the colours aren't going to look good. So you want a CRI of at least 80 and preferably above 90. Now if your light has got a colour rendering index of say 65 or 70 and you light that bowl of fruit, the oranges and yellows and reds and greens are going to look desaturated and washed out. They're not going to look very good, and skin tones in people are just going to make people look like an alien or like they're seasick. It's just going to look really yucky. Now with this light, it's got a CRI of 95, which means if you're filming a bowl of fruit, those colours are going to be lush, deep and nicely saturated. And when it comes to skin tones on people, that's going to look natural as well. So that's an important consideration. And like I said, this light is a CRI rating of 95. I'll put a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. Now I also did a comparison between this new PiXAPRO LED light and some of my older lights, which was a red head with a 250 watt halogen bulb in it, a Laster light head with a 135 watt fluorescent daylight corrected bulb in it, and another Laster light head, this time with a 500 watt photo flood. Now I took some meter readings of all 4 of these lights with my Sekonic meter, with the meter set to 100 ISO at 1/30th of a second for all of the lights, and they were all placed exactly 6 foot away from the actual meter dome to the light itself. Now with the red head, with the 250 watt bulb, I was getting a reading of f1.4. With the Laster light head, with the 135 watt fluorescent bulb, I was getting a reading of f2.2, so that was a little bit brighter. And then with the Laster light head with the 500 watt photo flood, I was getting a meter reading of f5, which was considerably brighter. Now with this PiXAPRO DAYLiTE60D MKII, I was also getting a meter reading of f5, which was the same as the 500 watt photo flood. So that just goes to show how bright this light is. So for any video production work, this light alone is going to be bright enough to do most things, even with the light a couple of meters away. Anyway, that's it pretty much. That's the PiXAPRO DAYLiTE60D MKII. I'm Nigel Cooper. This is the photography and videography channel, and as usual, I hope to see you again real soon.